Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. Time to enter the world of civil engineering. Here we will learn about different concepts related to civil engineering. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more new updates. In today's video we are going to discuss about retaining wall, its types and applications. What is a retaining wall? Definition: retaining wall is a structure that holds back any material, usually earth, and prevents it from sliding or eroding away. It is designed so that to resist the material pressure of the material that it is holding back. Retaining wall is a structure that are designed and constructed to withstand lateral pressure of soil or hold back soil materials. The lateral pressure could be also due to earth filling, liquid pressure, sand, and other granular materials behind the retaining wall structure. There are various types of retaining wall structures which are used for numerous goals. Types of retaining walls: gravity retaining wall, crib retaining wall, gabion retaining walls, cantilever retaining wall, counterfort buttressed retaining wall, anchored retaining wall, piled retaining wall, mechanically stabilized earth (MSE) retaining wall. Hybrid systems: gravity retaining wall. Gravity retaining wall depends on its self-weight only to resist lateral earth pressure. Commonly, gravity retaining wall is massive because it requires significant gravity load to counteract soil pressure. Sliding, overturning, and bearing forces shall be taken into consideration while this type of retaining wall structure is designed. It can be constructed from different materials such as concrete, stone, and masonry units. It is economical for a height up to 3 m. Crib retaining wall, gabions, and bin retaining wall are also type of gravity retaining walls. Some gravity walls do not use mortar, relying solely on their weight to stay in place, as in the case of dry stone walls. These walls generally are trapezoidal in section as shown in figure. Gravity walls require heavy foundation due to the large size of the wall. They are economical and suitable for only small heights. Crib retaining wall. Basic types of crib retaining walls include reinforced precast and timber retaining walls. It is suited to support planter areas, but it is not recommended for support of slopes or structures. Crib retaining walls are a form of gravity wall. They are constructed of interlocking individual boxes made from timber or precast concrete. Then, the boxes are filled with crushed stone or other coarse granular materials to create a free draining structure. Gabion retaining walls. Gabion retaining wall walls are multi-celled, rectangular wire mesh boxes, which are filled with rocks or other suitable materials. It is employed for construction of erosion control structures. It is also used to stabilize steep slopes. Cantilever retaining wall. Cantilever retaining wall composed of stem and base slab. It is constructed from reinforced concrete, precast concrete, or pre-stress concrete. Cantilever retaining wall is the most common type used as retaining walls. Cantilever retaining wall is either constructed on-site or prefabricated off-site, i.e. precast. The portion of the base slab beneath backfill material is termed as heel, and the other part is called toe. Cantilever retaining wall is economical up to height of 10 m. It requires smaller quantity of concrete compare with gravity wall, but its design and construction shall be executed carefully. Similar to gravity wall, sliding, overturning, and bearing pressure shall be taken into consideration during its design. Counterfort buttressed retaining wall. It is a cantilever retaining wall but strengthened with counterforts, monolithic with the back of the wall slab and base slab. Counterfort retaining walls are similar to cantilever walls, except they have thin vertical concrete webs at regular intervals along the backside of the wall. These webs are known as counterforts. The counterforts tie the slab and base together, and the purpose of them is to reduce the shear forces and bending moments imposed on the wall by the soil. A secondary effect is to increase the weight of the wall from the added concrete. Counterfort retaining walls are more economical than cantilever walls for heights above 25 feet, or counterfort wall height ranges from 8–12 m. Counterfort spacing is equal or slightly larger than half of the counterfort height. When the triangular beams are placed on the front side of the retaining wall, instead of on the backfill side under certain situations, the retaining wall is known as buttressed retaining wall, and the triangular beams are known as buttresses, instead of counterforts. Figure shows a buttressed retaining wall. The structural action of the stem is the same as in a counterfort retaining wall. However, the heel slab acts as a cantilever slab as in a cantilever retaining wall. The toe slab acts as a continuous slab spanning along the length of the wall between the buttresses. Buttresses are subjected to compression due to lateral earth pressure of the backfill on the stem and that due to upward soil pressure on the toe slab. Anchored retaining wall. This type of retaining wall is employed when the space is limited or thin retaining wall is required. Anchored retaining wall is suitable for loose soil over rocks. Considerably high retaining wall can be constructed using this type of retaining wall structure system. Deep cable rods or wires are driven deep sideways into the earth, then the ends are filled with concrete to provide anchor. Anchors, tiebacks, acts against overturning and sliding pressure. Piled retaining wall. Pile retaining wall are constructed by driving reinforced concrete piles adjacent to each other as shown in the figure. Piles are forced into a depth that is sufficient to counter the force which tries to push over the wall. It is employed in both temporary and permanent works. Piled walls offer high stiffness retaining elements which are able to hold lateral pressure in large excavation depths with almost no disturbance to surrounding structures or properties. Sheet pile walls are built using steel sheets into a slope or excavations up to a required depth, but it cannot withstand very high pressure. Sheet pile retaining wall economical till height of 6 m. Mechanically stabilized earth, MSE, retaining wall. It is among the most economical and most commonly constructed retaining walls. Mechanically stabilized earth retaining wall is supported by selected fills, granular, and held together by reinforcements, which can be either metallic strips or plastic meshes. Types of MSE retaining wall include panel, concrete block, and temporary earth retaining walls. Hybrid systems. Retaining walls that use both mass and reinforcement for stability are termed as hybrid or composite retaining wall systems. 5 good reasons you need retaining walls. A stony retaining wall will add usefulness, safety, and beauty to your yard. A short retaining wall can also be turned into a seating area, making these walls a truly versatile addition to your yard. Whether you want one for functionality or style, professional installation is the key to creating a wall that will stand tall through time and the elements. Here are 5 good reasons to consider adding a retaining wall to your landscape. Hold back soil. Add beauty. Extend your gardening options. Select your size. Stone is forever. Hold back soil. If your lawn is hilly or bumpy, you probably need a retaining wall or 2. Retaining walls will even out your landscape, preventing water buildup and soil runoff. They level the playing field and give you a lot more flexibility in using your outdoor space. A retaining wall will also add drainage, so you don't get messy, muddy areas in your lawn after a rain or snowfall. It's important to build retaining walls correctly. If they're not set properly on a base, with the right drainage and waterproofing, they can become dangerously unstable. Your best bet is to call a professional mason with experience in building retaining walls. Add beauty. Although retaining walls are extremely useful, and in some cases a necessity, they also add drama and beauty to your landscape. The warmth of stone and the elegance of brick both blend beautifully with natural elements. Retaining walls work in formal gardens, rural landscapes or traditional settings. For a more stylish look, add circular or curved areas to break up the long line of stone. A retaining wall needs a solid base on the ground. Make the base of the same material as the wall and extend it into a seating area, patio, or other living space. You can also turn short walls into seating walls, which will add comfort and sophistication to your outdoor entertaining. Extend your gardening options. A retaining wall will help your garden stay level, keep rain out of your garden plots, and allow you many more landscaping options. You can also use the retaining wall itself as a freestanding container garden. Create circular areas on the wall and fill these with dirt, fertilizer, and plants. Stand decorative planters along the top of the wall. Plant climbers like roses, clematis, and morning glory along the wall to add color and romance. Ideas for your retaining wall garden can come from anywhere, so keep an eye out for gardens and parks that inspire you with their creative use of retaining walls. Select your size. When planning the placement of your retaining walls, keep in mind that walls under 4 feet can be built by professional masons. Those over 4 feet high will need contractors with specialized engineering knowledge and, in some locations, will also require a local building permit. A taller wall will also need a much larger base than a short one. Whichever size of retaining wall you need, you can rest assured that Capital Masonry's skilled masons have the knowledge and experience to create all-built retaining wall of any height. We'll also take care of any licensing or permit questions that you might have. When in doubt, go with a professional masonry company. Save yourself the headaches and possible danger of an improperly built wall, or one that you'll have to take down for legal reasons. Stone is forever. The best part about a retaining wall is that it will last forever, with little upkeep. You can build your retaining wall out of rough natural stone, cultured stone, paver stones, brick, or brick veneer. If you're using your retaining wall as a seating wall, you've created elegant outdoor furniture that will never rot, tear or mildew. Using your wall as a planter means never having to worry about pots that crack and split in bad weather. Stone is forever, and the beauty of your retaining wall will only deepen with age. Thank you for watching. For now, please subscribe, like, share and do not forget to press bell icon.